Okay, now we're going to cover some basic functions within the system. Let's start with clocking in. What we're going to do is we're going to go to time card, put in your individual login, and you can see clock in. And I'm clocked in. Now let's clock out. You can see here you can log for breaks as well. We're going to go ahead and clock out. And I'm clocked out. That simple. Now let's talk about the onboard email function. Going to access the system at time card, new email. Let's just send one to ourselves. You can also touch the keyboard button if you just want to use the touchscreen function. So let's remember to clock Mike out at 9 p.m. He's got to leave early. Send it to myself? Yes, I really want to send an email to myself. And we're ready to go. So now I'm going to move around somewhere else with it. Anytime I try to access the system, you're going to see this individual email come in. Remember to clock Mike out at 9 p.m. and let's delete this message and we're good to go. You can also reply and move on that way. It's a great feature. Now let's ring in an order. I'm going to access the system. Same menu layout. Let's go ahead and do a drink. And let's do a burger with fries. Easy as that. Press done. Sends it to the kitchen. Prints a receipt for the customer. Okay, now let's use the recall button. Get you around to orders a lot quicker. So right here, we're going to recall the order, access the system. All of your orders are going to populate here. And here's the easy way to find out where they are. You can check your dine-in orders, your bar tabs, takeout, drive-through. Now, these will disappear. Whichever service you don't have available is not going to appear here. So that was a dine-in order that we had. So let's recall it, and let's edit it. And we're good to go. Now an order's been rung in, let's settle it. So you can actually access it from this quick screen. Settle, access the screen, and we see that we just have one open order, but again, we have the availability down here at the bottom. And here's your tender screen. So invoice totals are populated on the right. You can add gratuity. You can add a discount here. And here's the variety of functions that you've already set up that are pre-set up here, but you can set up as payment types that you take. So let's pay this one to cash. Now, if they give you $13 from this $12.31, great. These are all dynamic here. It's the next logical numerical value that's available. So 13, 15, 20, 50. These are dynamic. They will change as the system goes. If they give you exact change, we're just going to press the button. Drawer is going to pop. Receipt to the customer, and you're good to go. No sales. Big topic. Security. Money being available. We definitely want to have all those settings set to your specifications. So let's talk about that for a few minutes. Let's actually do a no sale. Front screen, going to access the system. Now you see here, drawer popped, alert is right here, no sale. This is to communicate to managers that may be keeping an eye on all the staff that a no sales occurred. Making change, things like that. But as you can see, there was that alert there. If you want to turn that alert off, you can actually go to Store Settings, Revenue, Cashier, and you'll see on the second setting, turn alert on or off. Okay, payouts. Sometimes you need to skim a drawer, too much cash in it. Very easy thing to do right here. Just going to click Payout. Whoever's accessing the system. Now, some businesses, you want to do a wage advance, great. This will log for that for you. You can also do a manager cash out. Or if you just want to do a general skim, we're going to do a general skim. So we're actually going to do this to manager Oscar. And the amount that we're actually going to do is $100. And we'll just call it a cash drawer, if I can spell, skim. Done. Withdraw $100, take it out. Oscar's going to keep this receipt in his pocket, and the payout's been completed. Let's talk about refunds. A customer comes in, didn't really like their experience that they had an hour and a half ago, and they want to refund either the full or a little bit of the ticket. So let's go and see how that's going to work. You're going to press refund, access the system. You're going to put the order number in, which is tracked at the top of each of the receipts. And let's just give this person $5 back. And we'll just say customer experience. And we're going to give them cash back because they paid with cash. I'm going to print a receipt, cash back, drawer pops. And you just can staple the other receipt to that for them so they can have it for their records too. Your records are going to be in here. As I've mentioned before, you can use this software within any business model in food service. You can edit, make it robust, or make it simple. Let's look at a couple of them. So right now we have dine-in, takeout, drive-through, and delivery all available. Let's reduce a couple and see what the screen looks like. So we're going to access the back office. We're going to go to store settings. Then we're going to go to services. And you can see here that dine-in is checked. Let's reduce dine-in. And let's take out delivery. So now you see that takeout and drive-through are the only two available. So now let's go back and see what the screen looks like. Going to return to POS. And you can see now the screen is completely different. That is edited. It looks a little spatially different. But those two services are gone now. So now you can access the system. Let's talk about voids for just a second. The main question you have to ask yourself is, when a customer decides they don't want a specific item anymore, can it be resold or not? And that's the question. So we want to account for that. If it's just been 20 minutes after they've made the order and it's already been prepared, it needs to be thrown away. Like, let's say there's a hair in the food or something like that. That's non-resellable food, as we all would probably agree. So let's actually look at some of the settings to decide how we want to account for those. So we're in store settings in the back office, okay? And what we're going to do first is we're going to go to the order entry button. Now, you can use both of these features that we're going to discuss. We can use them independently or we can use them together. So let's discuss the first one. This is your reason section. And right in here, I've put a couple of different reasons. You have up to 8. So we have overcooked food, it was sent back, and there was a hair in the food. Those are just some reasonable explanations. And what we want to do is we want to void item require explanation. So we're going to check that. So if it's been voided, we're going to require force prompt for an explanation. So that's why that's going to be checked there to cause these different options to appear. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Now remember, you can use just that and keep that in reporting, or you can actually apply this to your inventory. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to Products, Inventory, and you see Enable Auto Inventory Depletion by Sales, and it's checked. Basically what that's going to give you the ability is it's going to say waste or no waste. If it's no waste, it's not going to deplete from inventory. It can be resold. If it's waste, it's going to be depleted from inventory. Now we've recalled an order, and let's void a couple of items on there. There's a few different places that you can do this. The first one I'd like to show you is just on the menu screen. You see the void button right there. Let's press that. Now you have all of these things here, and they've all been sent to the kitchen. We have a few drinks, we have some entrees, appetizers, and some dessert. So let's go ahead and void a line. We're going to avoid the strawberry shortcake. And this is that manager prompt. So here's the void reason right here. It's overcooked, it was sent back. Let's just pick hair and food. And you can see, was it waste or no waste? So we're going to say waste. And click done. And it's voided. And you can see the item right here has been voided. And we're done with that void. We've just discussed how to void an order. And let's actually look at two different options. If we actually go into this screen, that's the recall screen. We've recalled an order, and you see the order here. We talked about this button just a second ago. This is how you void just a line within the order, or multiple lines within the order. So if we wanted to do that, that's fine that we could. But let's actually go back to the home screen and teach you how to void an entire order all at once instead of having to do individual lines. And that was clicking on that home screen button, void. And this will void the entire order. And we can put our reason in there. Just say demonstration, print chits, and we're actually going to say no waste on this one. And the entire ticket's been voided.